Contemplated for a long time about not posting this video. So before we get into today's video for the solution kit and the off-road use only parts for the Titan XD, a few things I want to let you guys know. I want to be open, honest, and transparent with you all. The kit that I got was a knockoff kit sent to me in exchange for an install video. Me being who I am and not knowing the XD diesel platform like I did with my Duramax, the kit is junk. I installed the kit. It comes with an up pipe. It's very thin walled. The block off plate is very thin walled. The hot side pipe for the truck didn't even fit, so I had cut the boot. I cut both the boot ends off to get that hot side charge pipe off, thinking, oh, I got a new one, it'll fit just fine. The bend was completely wrong. It didn't fit. Luckily, I found somebody about 20, maybe 30 minutes from me that had the same truck, provided me the boot, so I was able to get my truck back on the road. And I have an exhaust leak. Sounds like a tick. As soon as the truck makes boost, gas is leaking out of one of the pipes somewhere. Changed all the gaskets out with Felpro gaskets, both for the up pipe and then the one for the blocker plate. So all that stuff is now coming off the truck, and the new stuff is on its way. It's supposed to be here soon. But I still made a very thorough and detailed video about the process, the installation process. So you'll hear me say in the video things like where I bought it at and where to go to and use this coupon code. Don't do that. Do yourself a favor and go to the Synthetic Off-Road Facebook page. I'll have a link down in the description to that, and I have a link down in the description for the Titan XD modified page. He is going to be your go-to source for all your CFT products, all your solution kits, all your tuning. Synthetic Off-Road, hands down, is your go-to company for this. Do not use anybody else's stuff. I was a firm believer of, so I had GDP on my truck, and now I have the Easy tunes on my truck, and my truck is 1,000 times better. I didn't know my truck was supposed to feel like this. So do yourself a favor and go to Synthetic Off-Roads and go to their page, message them, and get all your Titan XD products. Like I said, he sells the CFT products, all your solution kits, up pipes, charge pipes, everything, exhaust, whatever you need, that is going to be your go-to for that. So take this with as a learning lesson. Don't try to save money and get a knockoff kit. I got mine because it was provided, like I said, in exchange for an install video. But there's still going to be a great install video for you all that want to do the solution kit on your truck. And don't cut corners, and more or less buy the right shit. Don't cheap out. And like I mentioned, Synthetic Off-Road, I'll have everything listed down in the description. So let's get on with today's video. All right, what's going on, guys? T Torres back here for another video. So as you can see in the garage today, we have the Titan XD. What we're doing today, we are getting prepared for off-road racing. This is a off-road vehicle, and what we're going to be doing, I'll just show you what we're going to be doing. Okay, so here's what we are going to be installing today. These are all the race parts that we're going to be putting on the truck today, and I got these from BigDaddyDiesel.com. I'll have a link down in the description. And if you're interested in this same kit, use code Tyler50 to save $50 at checkout. And like I said, I'll have a link down in the description to this exact kit. And you can choose from all kind of different colors of powder coating. I just went with black. And then we have this. This is a replacement pipe. We have this is some coolant plugs, all the gaskets, for that, all the elbow pieces for the hot and cold side intercooler piping. So everything you need to do for your truck comes in this kit. And like I said, you can use code Tyler50, TYLER50, to save $50 at checkout. And we're going to do a thorough how-to step-by-step in the normal T Torres fashion of a install video. So let's dive right into today's project. Okay, so first things first, we removed the intake, and then we're going to go ahead and start loosening these charge pipes for the hot and cold side of the intercooler. All right, so I removed the atmospheric catch can out of the way. You got a plug here. You'll push this red tab up, and then we're gonna start by working on, we're gonna take this section off. Go ahead and unplug this, and then you got some of these little zip tie clamps that we'll get a flathead and pry those up and out of there. And I believe these are, let me double check, I think those are, should be 12s. That's way too big. Okay, I stand corrected. These are 10 millimeters. You got 2 up top, and it looks like there is a third here, and then I bet there's one on the other side. So you have a total of 4 10 millimeter bolts to get that elbow piece out. Okay, so on the back side here, after you remove, excuse me, those 4, there's another 10 millimeter bolt here. Then, and you guys know this is the top fuel filter. So we'll go ahead and remove that 10, and then we're gonna start working our way back out to remove this elbow piece here. Okay, so show them. So there's another two 10 millimeters up top, and then there's one more that's slanted here, and then right here where Keith's finger is pointed, there's another sensor just like this one that you're gonna need to unplug as well. And then we already have this one unplugged, and then we'll move on to this side to remove those. I'm guessing those are 10 millimeters as well. So on the back side here, you have 2, of course they changed it up. You have 2 8 millimeters, one here, and then one here that you need to loosen as well. All right, so the ever so great design of these plugs. So this red piece here, it's in the open position, but you're gonna push down on that red tab and it'll let you out. So I removed the one for this plug here, and then you have one directly under where my hand is, just like this one. So you just wanna push this red tab up, and then it'll allow you to push on this prong and then pull the plug pigtail out. Okay, this boot on this intercooler piping is an absolute nightmare to take off. So what we did, obviously we're not gonna be reusing this pipe or the boot, so we just cut it from the intercooler itself. And then, you know, we were able to unbolt this one. And now we're gonna start working to remove the EGR, and then Keith's clamping off the a coolant line. Say what up, Zeus. Okay, so where Keith's hand is pointed, there's 4 10 millimeter bolts that are onto the EGR that we are going to remove as well. So we're going to start working from the front to the back of the actual EGR cooler and getting everything loosened so we can take that actual cooler off. All right, we're going to move on to the actual EGR cooler itself. There's 2 10 millimeter bolts up here that we're going to loosen. We're going to have to loosen these coolant lines. Yeah, we'll loosen that up. Obviously, we'll take this hose off, and then you've got some bolts down here that we have to remove, and then down here we have the hose pliers clamping that off, so a crap ton of coolant doesn't just spill all over the engine and down into the garage floor. Okay, we got this line off. 3 8 millimeter bolts, one here, and then 2 up top here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove those bad boys now. Okay, so here there's an 8 millimeter stud that you need to remove, and there's a replacement what's the word I'm looking for? Plate that we're gonna put in its place, and then we have new hose that's gonna come from here back into there. Okay, so there is another, you see where the magnet is? There's another 8 millimeter that runs to this pipe here that you need to remove as well. All right, so we took an impact. These are what, 10 millimeters?
Yep.
You got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then there's one. The 4th one is right there. Damn, dude, that. Okay, so we're removing those bracket pieces. You had 2 10s up here, and then if you follow the brackets all the way down, there's another, there's a 10 millimeter here and a 10 millimeter there. And yeah, we're one step closer to getting this piece of junk cooler out. Here's an update on the dog. He's hard at work today, as you can tell. So make sure you leave this video a thumbs up for Zeus. Okay, so where Keith has the pry bar, we literally pried against the cooler. There's a little gasket right here, and then this little bit of
coolant will come out.
Or a little bit over a lot of coolant's gonna come out. I think that was more than what we were expecting, but it's all good. All right, so we got the other 2 remaining 10 millimeters out. And there's one where Keith's at now, and then there's another one over here up top. Let me see if I can get my finger right there. Boom. All right, we're gonna let the downpipe bolts, we just sprayed them with some liquid wrench. So we're gonna move over here to this side of the intercooler piping, get these boots and this charge pipe off. Okay, like I mentioned in the last clip, we're working on this side of the charge pipe. We got this one, this charge pipe off here, and we took a razor blade, cut the tubing, and then now we have to somehow finagle our way down there and do the same as we did up top. All right, little update on where we're at. There's 3 downpipe bolts on the back of the EGR cooler. I probably should have sprayed liquid wrench on them last night, but the key to getting those is I sprayed some liquid wrench, and then they were easy to come out, and then I zip tied this hose kind of out of the way to give you some more. There's just not a lot of room between that cooler, the pipe, and then the heat shield around it. So, but finally those are out, and we're one step closer to removing the actual EGR coolers all loose, all the pipe bolts, everything's pretty much loose. And like I said, we're that much closer to getting the EGR cooler off the truck. So the cooler lines that run from the EGR, we now have that out. And of course, as you can see, we lost a lot of coolant, but there's a bolt that sits back here where my finger's pointed, and there's a zip tie that has a threaded, it's like a plastic cap that sits on it. And it was not fun, so we had to take a ratcheting wrench and just barely, back and forth, and we finally got that done. And now we can mount up this in its place, and then we'll cut the hose according to size here in just a minute. All right, so quick little note: make sure you put your O-rings in here, and then you'll have some Allen keys. They're 5 millimeters bolts that you're going to use, and it's the only ones that fit in these holes. So those are the ones that you're going to use out of the ones that are in the bag. Okay, we were able to get the cooler is now off. It was kind of we had like one bolt here holding it up, and then we took a pry bar and pried it out, and we still got to put a block off plug for that. And then we're going to reuse this gasket, and then do you have the plate for no, where's the other plate for the downpipe?
You had it.
And then the downpipe plate, is right here. So we're going to use that with the locking nuts to secure that. And then, yeah, we're getting there, folks. Look how nasty and gummed up. Let me see if I can zoom in there. That thing is just full of just nasty, caked up oil and soot and junk. Okay, so there was another, was it right here?
Yep.
There's another 8 millimeter that you have to take off there, and then that removes the that bottom. Where's that piece? Oh, right there. That one right there. That's on the floor, and then yeah, we're gonna put the plug. Yeah, it's that plug right there for that one. So there's one more 8 millimeter on that one, and then now we're inching closer to putting this new pipe on here. We'll have to take this off and remove this. So we're getting there. Okay, so what you want to do is that cylinder plug there, you want to put your O-ring on it, and then what we did was push it down into the surface to kind of get it flush, and then the other plate goes there, and then we have a locking washer with it as well. And that's what we're doing. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna take the front tire off, got the truck jacked up, and then we need to remove the fender liner, and then we need to get to this, there's this exhaust piece here that's gonna be replaced with this pipe here. Okay, so you have 7 Phillips head screws you gotta get off, and then you have some, I have one here, you have some of these clips that you need to pop out, and then the fender liner will come out. Okay, so we removed the heat shield. There's 2 more bolts here and here. And then we need to take, oops, sorry, didn't mean to shake all up. We need to take these 3 bolts off of here, and then we'll take the 3 up there as well. We're gonna make a run to the gas station to get some go-go juice, get some energy drinks, and then while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and spray these with some liquid wrench to go ahead and hopefully loosen those up while we're gone. Okay, the 3 bolts that are on this side are 14 millimeter. They broke super easy after some liquid wrench. And then we have the 3 up top to take care of as well. And it is now dinner time. All right, so this is now day 2 of this off-road, making this an off-road vehicle. So this pipe right here, that was once for the EGR. There's 3 little 10 millimeter bolts in the back that you need to slide off. And then we have the actual, we have the block off plate for that as well. We have the hardware and the nuts for that. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, so we got the block off plate in. We reused the little gasket that it had. And the 3 supplied bolts with the 3 locking nuts they're started, and then we're about to go through and lock them down. And then Keith's just cleaning a little bit of residual oil on the mouth of the turbo, because we were going to be using the CFT Performance 3.5 inlet pipe with that elbow. And yeah, once we get that backing plate on, and then we'll start to we'll get this pipe on for the low down pipe piece. Okay, block off plate is now on, as you can see there, and then there is the turb ski, and we're going to be doing the pipe in the back now. So while Keith is doing that, I'm going to be installing the CFT Performance 3.5 inch inlet boot right now. Okay, Keith's working on putting the heat shield bolts back in. We got the new 3.5 inch inlet pipe in, and we're working on this elbow here. You have one little rubber gasket O-ring that you need to put on. Have your 4 bolts here, and then we just need to transfer the plug and sensor onto this new elbow piece for the intake. Or not for the intake, but for this piece of the what was that, hot side piping?
Which one?
Yeah, for this hot side piping.
Hot side.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, we got the intake, or not the intake, but we got the hot side piping on. Got the sensor back in. We had to use a tap and die for this plug. We used the, what was that, 3/8 by 16?
Yep.
Tapped that and got that bolt from a hardware store. Got this sensor back in, and now it's time to finish the rest of the piping, and then we'll move on to the intake. Okay, got the piping done. Everything's tight and secure. Heat shield's done. We plugged that, put that hose back in, and now we're gonna get the EGR plugs zip tied and out of the way. I don't really know where I'm gonna put the catch can at. We're gonna figure that out as we go, and then all we got to do is finish. We're gonna put back the factory cold side piping. The one that I got sent, I don't know, it just didn't line up, so I'm gonna message the company and see what we can work out for that. But yeah, we are inches. We are getting closer and closer to firing this bad boy up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no boost leaks. All right, we were able to get another coupler thanks to another local buddy down the road. Took his coupler, got the intake piece back up, and the only other thing we're doing now is we're relocating where the catch can was onto another location for that, and we're filling the truck up back with coolant now. All right, took the truck for a little shakedown, drove it, popped one intercooler boot off, but luckily it was up top. Made sure everything else was tight, and yeah, I don't really feel any difference, but just knowing that EGR is moved and everything else is gone and out of there just puts me at a ease of mind, because sometimes those coolers start to leak over time, etc., etc. But I want to give a big shout out to Keith. Thank you so much for helping me. Yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in getting this same kit, I'll have a link down in the description to that as well. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, leave this video a big thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.